Coach, I don't know where to start, but I will start from your favorite subject, defense. You hold Boston to 28 points in the fourth quarter and in overtime. They don't get a field goal in overtime. I would imagine that's the way you would like your team to defend everyone.
Yeah, listen, I thought even in the first half, I didn't think our defense was bad. I thought our effort was good. The problem was in the first half, we were throwing the ball away, and then they were getting out in transition on us and getting some easy shots. And throughout the whole game, but particularly in the first half, we had a couple of them. We were fouling three-point shooters. And I think the real lesson of this game for our guys is, we beat a really good team. We were far from perfect. In fact, if you look at the numbers, we didn't shoot it well. There were a lot of things we didn't do, but we kept fighting. We were down 24. We kept fighting. Nobody dropped their heads tonight. We were resilient, and we came away with a win. We made it interesting down the stretch for sure, but we ended up getting the job done.
JJ got ejected in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and in baseball sometimes if the manager gets ejected, it fires everybody up. Did that kind of happen on your team? Did they get energized when you left?
You know what? I think a little bit, but look, I thought we were pretty energized the whole night. I really didn't think that was a problem. I thought our guys, even we're down 24, I thought we were playing. I thought that I was struggling to figure out anything offensively. They were defending us well. I wasn't getting us into the right stuff. I think we sort of figured it out at least a little bit better going down the stretch because our effort was good throughout. And but I do think the JJ thing, just the emotion in that, was good. So I did tell him I don't remember too many guys getting ejected on a call that went their way, but, hey.
Hey, Stan, it's Andrew from ESPN. You kind of alluded to it there. What changed offensively for you guys in the second half to get you guys going?
Well, somehow we got, I don't know if their guys got tired or our guys had more force, but somehow we got Brandon and Zion a little bit more room to get downhill and to make some plays. I think part of it, I think having Nico in the game in the fourth helped a little bit because early, especially with Zion, they were bringing both bigs to him all the time. That gets a little tougher when Nico's out there. Even though he only made the one shot, you've still got to play him a little bit. So that helped. And then our guys just made plays, They did. Our guys made plays. But the biggest thing is they got stops.
And Stan, Christian Clark here to that point, you went with Lonzo and Josh, pretty much the whole way down the stretch. I mean, what did you think about what those guys did on defense, the way they just injected energy into the game?
Yeah, listen, that was a game where, there was just, in my mind, the last 15 minutes of that game, you're coming from way down, down 24 halfway through the third. You're going to have to go with your guys and at the risk that they run out of gas, but you're down 24 anyway, so having them fresh not going to do you any good. So we went with our guys that we thought could get the job done, and they did a fantastic job of fighting through fatigue and everything else. All those great NBA reviews that everybody loves, that helped us get some rest. I know if you're watching at home, that's what you love to see. In a good close game like that, let's have another review. But there were a lot of them, and it benefited us tonight because those guys got some rest.
Yeah, and Zion goes into halftime 2-8 from the field, ends up playing the entire fourth quarter on the OT, ran a ton of good offense through him down the stretch. Just what do you think about his performance in the second half? After having some trouble with his shot in the first half.
Yeah, I didn't think he had trouble with his shot, Will. Their defense was good, and if you noticed, until we got into the very late fourth quarter in the overtime, every time Zion was in the game, they went Tristan Thompson and Tice in the game. Every time we subbed him back in, right? So that he had to beat one guy and the other guy was coming to the rim all the time. And so, it was difficult. I actually thought their defense was responsible, not him. And we had to get some stuff where he'd have a little bit more of a chance. And he did, when he got a chance, then he went to work and did a good job. So, You know, I didn't think he was like, I never thought like, oh man, he's missing shots that he normally makes. I thought their defense was really, really good.
And what did you think about just the way he handled the workload, the way he would run so much of the offense through him, you know, damn near every big possession down the stretch?
Yeah, he handled the workload fine, and he did a pretty good job on the defensive end of the floor too. So, you know, yeah, I was really, really happy, and you know, that's what you have to do in this league if you want to be the guys. What he and Brandon did tonight, and Zoe, the minutes they put in and play through all that, you can't do that every night in the schedule we play. But headed into 2 days off, like that's what needed to be done tonight, and you got to be able to do it and take on that responsibility, and they did it.
Hey Stan, Scott Christian sort of just answered my question. Is it meaningful? The cornerstones, you know, Zion and Ingram both make huge plays at the very end. You know, one in regulation, one in overtime. Those are big moments and things that you guys had lacked at times during the season when you needed a bucket in those type of moments.
Yeah, listen, they were great, and they've made big shots too before, but you're right, we've had times where we didn't. I mean, I think the last 2 games right there are about all the lessons that our team needs, man. So, first of all, every night's a new night in this league. Like I've said to you guys before, I'm not a big believer in momentum. Momentum is whatever you bring into the game on a given night, and so huge collapse in the fourth quarter the other night. Huge comeback tonight. Every night's a new night. And you've just got to play through everything and keep fighting, play possession by possession by possession. From night to night and from minute to minute in the NBA, things change quickly. And so you can't get complacent when you're in a lead because it can go away quickly, and you can't quit playing when you're behind. Things change very, very quickly in this league, in games and in seasons. Just keep fighting.
Hey, Coach, one more about playing Melly in the fourth and overtime. Was that just a spacing issue that you saw? I saw Corey Brewer went and talked to him right before we checked in in the third. Is it just about getting him that spacing, and then talk about a little bit of keeping him in just that whole time, even though he probably hadn't played that long in a little bit?
In a little bit. It's been a long time. And you've got to really, Corey brought it up after the game in front of our whole team, and he was right. You got to have great respect for guys who do that. And we've seen it a couple of times this year. You know, Kyra's set for games, and then he's come in and played well. Billy's set for games, and he's come in and played well. Now Nico tonight, and he played a long, long stretch, 17 straight minutes after not playing. You have to really respect and admire guys like that. Those guys help get you wins. And yeah, the idea was, you know, we were a little concerned not having as much size on the floor, but the idea was that we needed to find something that would get Brandon and Zion a little bit more room on the floor. And Nico's smart. Like, he moves the ball, he makes plays, and he's a much better shooter than what he shot tonight.
Thanks, Coach. We're all set.
All right, thanks.